San Antonio starts right now.
New school year, same question. Who shot 14-year-old Simon Cuevas? The teen was killed just blocks from Brewer Academy, who San Antonio police now believe were involved in the crime.
San Antonio faces a massive budget gap, and council says that they won't raise taxes. So how will they close a potential $152 million shortfall? We're breaking it all down.
And it's back to school time for Shirt Civilo Universal City ISD. We're getting you ready for your first day today on GMSA. And RJ will join us live from over there in just a little bit.
Good morning. Again, thanks so much for waking up with us on this Thursday. We're going to get to our weather, but first, we got something spewing up on our traffic world.
Indeed. And again, because RJ's out, so we're going to tag team the traffic here with Alex Gomez. We'll take you to TransGuide and show you right now 410 at Cherry Ridge. And you're not going to see it. It's not going to be obvious on the map, but it's a reported accident right now. Actually, you know what? As I say that, no, that's not it. There's an accident right here. So 410 and Cherry Ridge is obviously going to be closer over here, closer to I-10 in this area. But right now we're not seeing any indication. Here I am. Okay. So 410 Cherry Ridge would be over here kind of in the 410 I-10 area. And we don't see anything right now on either side. So that is good news. But as we just came on the air, this accident, which is not on the highway, has popped up. And it's okay, Babcock and Kyle Steele Parkway. Okay, well, that marker, Babcock and Kyle Steele, is actually not necessarily right there, but nonetheless, it's not impacting traffic or any major highways right now. So pretty quiet for the moment. It's still super early right now, but we'll continue to keep an eye on that and update this map here in just a little bit.
Photojournalist Alex Gomez is out and about on the roadways right now. He is at the scene. Okay, so Alex, what can you tell us from your point of view?
Yeah, good morning, Jeffrey. So here's a street level look of that accident, 410 eastbound at Cherry Ridge, and that exit is going to be actually closed this morning going eastbound and even a right lane. So be careful. Here's that single car crash right here that you're looking at. So this is what's causing all the problems. If you can't exit early, take that Fredericksburg exit and stay on the access road if you need to get to Cherry Ridge. And as of right now, no major backup on the main lanes, but we do have that right lane and the exit closed, Jeffrey.
All right, Alex, we'll check back in with you later on. Hopefully that does get cleared out, especially as more people are getting up and getting ready to go to school.
Got a little rain yesterday.
A little bit. We had some more show up around San Antonio yesterday afternoon. Good to see some of those downpours there. We're going to see less of that today. It's going to be a quieter forecast. But you know what? We still got up to 100 yesterday, and guess what? That's exactly where we'll be today. Temperatures in the 80s this morning. It's rough to a warm start. 91 noontime, 97 at 2 o'clock, 100 is your high. We're just putting in a 10% chance of rain today. That's it. If we see anything, it'll be a stray shower. Just a little drier today, so the atmosphere isn't as set up for rain. But of course, what we are watching is what's going on in the Gulf. This morning, there was our tropical wave. Starting to see some thunderstorm activity near this, near what could be a very broad center of circulation. But this wave is running out of real estate. The Hurricane Center is still giving us a 20% chance of development. And look, it's with the waters as warm as they are, I can't completely rule this out. But the bigger takeaway here is that it's going to throw some moisture in our direction on Saturday. So we get to raise rain chances to 40%. Scattered rain, scattered downpours, 96 the high. And then by Sunday, we're dry again and right back up near 100. Don't worry, though. There's more rain in the forecast as we get into next week. We'll discuss that coming up in just a couple minutes.
Alrighty, sir, thank you. A new school year, same questions. After the murder of a San Antonio ISD student. So last spring, 14-year-old Simon Cuevas was shot a few blocks away from Brewer Academy. San Antonio police still have not arrested anyone. And as students return to school, parents are very upset. They have not heard much about this case, and some are afraid it is being forgotten.
Like nothing happened. It's just quiet. There's really, like as if nothing happened.
San Antonio police say a recent Crime Stoppers appeal has helped them identify possible suspects. But contrary to earlier statements, they now say Cuevas' killers were adults and not students.
All right, this morning, this man now under arrest, accused of killing his own son, 2 family members, and running away with 3 kids. And that shooting happened at an apartment near Loop 410 and Highway 90. Police say that Wilfredo Lopez left 3 children, but was caught, and the 3 kids were safe. He is now being held on an ICE detainer, and it's unclear what led to the shooting.
All right, so how will San Antonio close its budget gap? The new mayor and San Antonio City Council will get their first look at next year's draft budget this morning at 9 o'clock. City staff have already warned that property tax and sales tax revenues are not growing as fast as the city's expenses. The city is holding town halls this month to share details to each district and hear from residents. To find out when your meeting is, you can scan the QR code on the bottom of the screen. And unless city leaders do something, a projected deficit could explode to $152 million within 2 years. No matter what steps they take, staff warned council back in June there will need to be cuts. Council members have already said they don't want to raise property taxes. Meanwhile, there will be 2 more town halls hosted by Bexar County Judge Peter Sakai to get community feedback on the 2025-26 fiscal year county budget before Commissioners Court adopts it. One will be held today at Our Lady of the Lake Guadalupe Catholic Church Parish Hall and will feature Precinct 3 Commissioner Grant Moody. The final town hall will be Thursday, August 21st at Holy Redeemer Hall in Precinct 4. Both are free to attend and start at 6 p.m.
Meanwhile, we got a power struggle brewing at San Antonio City Hall. Most council members pushing back against Mayor Gina Ortiz-Jones after she tried to tighten the rules for submitting policy proposals. Well, her plan will require getting the city manager's sign off and an early legal review before a council consideration request moves forward. Current rules only require notifying the city manager with a legal review later. Mayor Jones says that it's about efficiency and avoiding legal trouble, but critics say that she can't make those changes on her own.
So I would say, Mayor, respectfully, perhaps watch how the system plays out for 6 months. Be a part of it before you want to make a change to a system that you've never been a part of.
I am struggling to understand how this benefits the community. Your pushback on those very simple enhancements.
Now, it's unclear exactly where the process stands now, but the meeting, which was forced by opponents being a relatively rare maneuver to get around the mayor, highlights an early split between the mayor and council, raising questions about how they'll collaborate on big looming issues like the budget and Project Marvel. Meanwhile, we got a man now in custody, arrested, accused of making serious threats to San Antonio Mayor Gina Ortiz-Jones on social media. According to San Antonio police, 24-year-old Marcos Olvera commented on a post that was on social media platform X. It referenced the mayor's push to pause Project Marvel, and in that comment, police say that Olvera wrote, quote, "We need to kill the mayor," end quote. Now, Olvera faces a retaliation charge.
Sir, can you please put your firearm down?
That is the voice of former Uvalde CISD Police Chief Pete Arredondo. You heard him trying to negotiate with the shooter, who of course killed 19 children and 2 teachers at Robb Elementary. New body camera footage from that day was released this week by Uvalde County. Arredondo and another district officer, Adrian Gonzalez, are facing charges after being accused of endangering children that day. New records show Gonzalez helped organize an active shooter training in Uvalde just months before the massacre. Now, we're going to stay on top of any new developments that come out of the record release from Uvalde.
All right, let's get to some of those headlines this morning. In Leander, north of Austin, students are recovering this morning after a terrifying first day of school when their bus rolled over. Authorities say that 42 kids and 1 adult were on board when it crashed Wednesday afternoon. 10 people were taken to the hospital, 2 of which with serious injuries and the rest non-life-threatening injuries. The bus was reportedly a newer model equipped with seat belts.
This part of our Leander ISD family has been through so much already this summer with the floods, and this tragedy this afternoon is really breaking our hearts. We want each of those students and their families to know that our prayers are with them, our thoughts are with them, and we will do everything that we can in our power to support them.
And this morning, the cause of that crash still remains under investigation. Well, as most students head back to class, the Texas Senate has passed a bill that would make changes to the STAR test, but its future in the House is uncertain. The change will require the STAR state standardized test to be taken in 3 parts throughout the school year, where the intent is to reduce pressure on the students and help parents and teachers track their progress. The bill now heads to the Texas House to consider. Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones revealing that he survived stage 4 melanoma and credits an experimental drug with saving his life. In the latest episode of the Netflix series America's Team, The Gambler and His Cowboys, the 82-year-old says that he was diagnosed back in 2010 and went through multiple surgeries, including 2 on his lungs, while being treated at MD Anderson in Houston. But Jones says that he is now tumor-free. Over in Washington, President Donald Trump has announced that the country music legend George Strait will be among the Kennedy Center's next slate of honorees. In addition to Strait, awards will be given to actors Michael Crawford and Sylvester Stallone, singer Gloria Gaynor, and as well as rock band Kiss. The president also announced that he will host the institution's award show in December.
Right outside with live cam, it is 5:10, 80 degrees. We've got mostly cloudy skies here in San Antonio right now, and this is what we're watching. This is the futurecast as we get into tomorrow. Some tropical moisture starts to move into Texas. We'll show you what that means for the weekend and for our rain chances coming up.
Well, from your grocery run to your next robot friend, up next, how Apple and Amazon are shaking up the way we shop and interact with tech.
And a 15-year-old graduates high school early. Up next, how he says the free local programs helped him get a jump start on college and his career. 5:14, welcome back. Methodist Hospital Stone Oak is expanding, and the hospital broke ground Wednesday on the big new project. It's going to add 2 floors to the hospital, plus better access to parking and some infrastructure improvements. This phase of the project will cost roughly $140 million.
This is the next phase to add the inpatient capacity, and then there'll be another phase to follow this, where we're going to add additional medical office building and more inpatient space. So we are planning for the future, not for tomorrow, but for decades to come, so we can continue to meet the needs of this growing community.
The hospital says that this phase should wrap up in January of 2027.
All right, 5:15 now, a 15-year-old student graduated early from Sam Houston High School, and he did it thanks to free local programs.
Sarah Acosta spoke with the 15-year-old and his mentors who want others to take advantage of the programs so they can get a head start.
Gabriel Ping is your average 15-year-old and a gamer.
Hey, I'll never pass up on an opportunity to play a game.
However, at 15, he's also a high school graduate. He will get his associate's degree in cybersecurity this fall, and he hopes to work for the National Security Agency very soon.
I'm probably going to try to expand people's knowledge on cybersecurity, help them to get into the field, give more job opportunities for people.
He says the cybersecurity field needs people now.
A lot of jobs require a lot of work experience, and it's pretty difficult to get work experience early on. So if you graduate early, that'll set a good look on you to possibly get internships, which would allow you to further your career.
Gabriel says anyone can graduate early if they work hard and take advantage of several local programs that are free. The main program he used was the Texas First Early High School Completion Program, which awards a high school diploma with a distinguished level of achievement. He says students should also look into the free Modern States Online nonprofit that helped him earn 8 college credits for free. He is also grateful for SAISD's Sam Houston High School that allowed him to take the dual credit Cyber P-Tech program at St. Philip's College.
People like Gabriel need to be trained so they can start helping when time comes. So we build programs in the future.
The MIMS Institute Fellows, a nonprofit that helps students from underrepresented zip codes get to America's best colleges, also helped Gabriel, landing him an internship with Eastside Quantum Computing.
We also push students to do the best they can, okay, with the resources, the limited resources that may be there. Because even with limited resources, you can go pretty far.
And both his mentors say Gabriel will go far one day. But for now, his mom says she wants to keep him close to home for his bachelor's degree since he's only 15. Sarah Acosta, KSAT 12 News.
All right, it is traffic time once again. I was waiting for RJ, and then I recalled he's not with us right now. He's going to Cibolo Universal City ISD. So we will hear from him in just a little bit. 98 Military, we had Alex Gomez. We don't have him at the moment, but we'll check back with him in a little bit. He had an accident at 410 in Cherry Ridge. that I believe the vehicle was being put on a flatbed truck, and otherwise there was an accident at Kyle Seal and Babcock, not on the highway, but off of I-10 there on the northwest side. So just a couple of things we're keeping an eye on right now, but again, still very, very quiet, very early. We do have a couple more districts going back to school today, so additional traffic in some parts of town, and we'll have more on that coming up in just a little bit.
Thanks, sir. And let's talk tropics again. So could we see some development in the Gulf? By now, you've probably heard that this is a possibility, and I want to take a close look at this tropical wave this morning. Now, it has reemerged into the Gulf. There's not much to it right now, but notice we're starting to see some thunderstorm activity starting to get going. So perhaps an indication that this thing wants to try to get organized, but there's not a lot of room. Okay, so this thing's moving pretty quickly. It'll be to Brownsville by midday tomorrow, and so there's just not a lot of time for this to happen. However, the Hurricane Center is still going to give this a 20% chance of development. Regardless of if it gets a name or not, the impacts, I think, will be the same. They're not going to be major impacts, but I will tell you the waters are warm. And this much we know about the Gulf is that any system that gets in there, organization can't happen very quickly. We've done this song and dance before, so that is, something to watch. But I would say if you have friends down in the valley, this is not, even if it does get a name, I don't think the impacts are going to be huge, other than we will get some good rain. So this is 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. You start to see kind of the outer bands, if you will, of this wave. That would start to work through deep South Texas Friday afternoon. We could even see a few showers here tomorrow, so we bump rain chances up from 10% today to 20% tomorrow. But as we get into Saturday, that tropical moisture starts to lift north. Now, I will tell you, the models have not been too keen on giving us widespread rain. But history tells us if we get some good deep tropical moisture in here, we get some heating, we should be able to get some downpours going. And while this does not show a lot Saturday afternoon, I think we'll see a scattering of downpours. Not looking at flooding or anything like that, but just some rain here and there Saturday, 40% chance. Sunday, it drops off completely. This wave already moves north of us, and we dry out some Sunday, Monday. And then by next week, we'll get some more rain chances. So that'll be a good thing, considering the aquifer is really dropping. And I know this is kind of hard to imagine because we've had so much rain, especially up in the hill country, obviously. But the aquifer is down to 627.4 as of last check. And you look at the lowest levels it's been at. I mean, you get back to 1967, it was down to 624. We were in that range, by the way, earlier this year. But it just goes to show you that we still need more rain around here. Outside right now, 80 degrees at the airport, 76 in New Braunfels, 80 in Converse, 73 Bernie. And the forecast for today is 78 at 7 a.m. And then by noontime, we'll be up near 90, just like we have been last couple days. And then a stray pop-up possible, but again, I think coverage today is going to be far less than it's been last couple days. High temperature right around 100. 98 tomorrow, 20% chance of rain. We bump it up to a 40% chance. So as a result, temperatures come down a little bit. 96 Saturday, but we're right back up to 100 Sunday and Monday. And then again, rain chance is possible middle part of next week. All right, we had a viewer question that we put as our Just Ask Justin today. We were asked, why is August usually the hottest month in the United States, even though the longest day is in June? Your choices are because the Earth is closest to the sun in August, heat builds up over time, August has the most sunlight, or winds shift from the equator. Right now we've got, I think, just one vote there, but they're voting for B. You can vote, ksat.com/poll, scan the QR code, let us know what you think.
All right, Justin, thank you. 521 right now, 80 degrees outside.
I want to come here on GMSA, including how Amazon's delivering groceries even faster, and when Apple may be delivering a robot companion. Up next.
In today's Tech Bites, Amazon is expanding same-day delivery to include perishable foods. The company says it's hoping customers will add fruit, vegetables, and eggs to their regular orders. The same-day delivery service is available to Prime members only in more than 1,000 U.S. cities. The popular cash app Zelle is accused of failing to protect users from fraud. New York's Attorney General claims Zelle's parent company neglected basic fraud safeguards, costing consumers more than $1 billion between 2017 and 2023. Zelle calls the lawsuit a political stunt. Apple is coming out with a robot virtual companion as part of its artificial intelligence comeback strategy. It looks like an iPad that's mounted on a movable limb that can follow its human around the room. It also is promising a beefed up version of Siri that can have actual conversations. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Allison Cossack. Have a great day.
5:25 right now, 80 degrees outside.
San Antonio man was shot and killed, and this morning, more on why police are still looking for 3 suspects and how you could potentially get rewarded if you can help.
Plus, San Antonio's first serving up more than basketball. We'll show you how the team fed hundreds after the July 4th floods in the Hill Country. And good morning.
Japhanie Gray already being silly on a Thursday.
Coming up on 5:30, guys.
Goodness.
On this back to school week, man, we're having so much energy, and of course, waking up, getting your day started in the right way.
All right. And again, our friend RJ will join us from Schertz, Cibolo, Universal City ISD. It is a mouthful, but it is their first day of school coming up in just a little bit.
Weather's going to be taken up for them, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we've had rain last couple of days, some showers and storms that have come in during the afternoon. Today, I think we're going to see less of that, but I do need to point out the fact that we hit 100 again yesterday, so we are now at 13 if you're keeping count at home. We're starting to stack up quite a few days here, and coming up, we'll look at the month of August and see, where we have been with those 100-degree days. Today's probably another one of them, actually. 100, the forecast site today. So if you're heading out the door right now, no issues this morning. I honestly don't expect a lot this afternoon, just a 10% chance. Yeah, you maybe have the umbrella just in your car just in case, but I doubt you'll need it. Now, that does change a little bit as we get into the weekend with some tropical moisture, and we'll talk more about that coming up as well. Sunrise this morning is at 7:02. Sunset is at 8:15. Our days are getting shorter by about 2 minutes each day, but we're at 13 hours, 12 minutes. That weekend forecast is right around the corner. We'll talk about it in just a few minutes. Jeff.
Thank you, Justin. Well, this morning, San Antonio police need your help solving a murder. Police say that they are working to identify 3 men accused of killing 34-year-old Raul Zuniga. The shooting happened on July 16th at an apartment complex on Potosi Street, and that's near South Laredo Street in South Zarzamora. Witnesses told SAPD that the 3 men and Zuniga got into a fight, and it escalated to the shooting. If you have any information, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers.
5:30 now, a pause in funding until more donations can come in. That is the status of one Hill Country Area Chamber of Commerce this morning after the deadly floods last month. In total, the Kerrville Area Chamber of Commerce Foundation has received roughly $1.4 million in donations, and they've given nearly all of it away already. The president and CEO says they've written roughly 147 grants and have 57 applications still pending. Now, right now, the chamber has paused giving out grants until more donations and financial support can come in.
Those funds are helping those people rebuild and remodel and reopen.
Now, if you are a Hill Country business in need, you do not have to be a member with the chamber to receive a grant. You also do not have to be in Kerr County. Comfort businesses can get help as well.
Less than 24 hours ago, Kerr County commissioners talked about their budget for the upcoming spending year. And one of the big questions is whether there will be a tax increase or not. And as of right now, no. But that could change before the budget is finalized. Commissioner Rich Paces wants to cut the tax rate by about 2 cents per $100 at a minimum. However, the decision was not agreed on by other commissioners for right now. Also, without a tax increase, the commissioners want to tap into their savings, which could come at a big cost.
$1.3 million is not going to impair our ability to do the government functions. I agree with Commissioner Holt. We're going to have to be very judicious, watch every expenditure very closely, tighten the belt, and learn to say no to some things.
There is a scheduled public hearing of the budget on August 25th, where commissioners will also vote on an official budget to move forward. We're going to continue to monitor that, of course, and break down the budget on KSAT.com. We'd like to remind you on Monday, August the 18th, we got that Together for Texas concert happening. It'll be at the Tobin Center, where all the proceeds are going to go to that local flood relief efforts. Tickets starting at $35. And of course, you can watch it right here live on KSAT 12 and KSAT Plus.
An update now on a massive state-led election investigation out of Frio County. At least 8 suspects charged in connection to a vote harvesting case pled not guilty yesterday. Among the group is a former San Antonio mayoral candidate, a Frio County commissioner, and former mayors from Pearsall and Dilley. Our KSAT Investigates team broke the news of their arrests last month. 15 people are charged in the investigation, and they are expected back in court in October.
All right, morning headlines. Let's go. President Trump warning of very severe consequences if Russian President Vladimir Putin won't agree to end the war in Ukraine. President made the remarks yesterday, and strategically, he didn't spell out what those consequences would be, but it comes after talks with European leaders who say that the president promised to push for a ceasefire when he meets with Putin Friday in Anchorage, Alaska. This morning, Alex Jones' controversial site InfoWars is headed for an auction block again. A Texas judge just handed the control over his parent company to a court-appointed receiver who will sell off the assets to help cover more than $1 billion Jones owes to Sandy Hook families. Comedy site The Onion may even revive its bid after previous sale fell through. But Jones was found liable in 2022 for defamation after saying that the 2012 massacre that killed 20 children and 6 adults was a hoax. He hasn't paid anything yet and says the InfoWars will likely shut down, but he plans to keep broadcasting under a new name.
All right, 5:34 back outside to show you some of the TransGuide cameras. Again, 90 at General McMullen, pretty quiet right now as we get you going. Again, we'll talk to Alex Gomez in just a little while in Drive Cam. We don't have him at the moment, but just wanted to cycle through some of the cameras. Still pretty early. 35 at Eisenhower right there, and we're looking at the map. There's some construction delays, pretty typical. RJ's talked about this seemingly every day. 1604 in Lock Hill, Selma on the north side, and there is the Nacogdoches camera. You can see ongoing construction there as well. So a couple of areas that we're going to continue to keep an eye on there. And again, we'll check back in with Alex Gomez coming up in just a little bit with Drive Cam. Our next traffic report.
Okay, so speaking of traffic, again, RJ is not in the building. He's out and about, busy with us this morning. We got more kids having their first day of school.
Shirt Cibolo Universal City ISD is the place. RJ, good morning, sir.
That's right, Ernie and Jeff. Yes, SCUC ISD, it's a big day today as they start officially their first day of school. And behind me is the transportation office where we've already seen a couple of our bus drivers trickling in, and we have the superintendent of schools here as well. So several UC, obviously, Shirts officials also in the building. But one thing, guys, obviously is a focus on traffic, because we do know with the start of class that there are going to be some more congestion on the roadways, if you will, and obviously 35 is a big area of concern when it comes to all the traffic out here on the far northeast side of town. So let's show you real quick, though, a couple of the construction projects that we're following, especially in this area, in this one particular district. Let's start with FM 1518, which runs from I-10 to FM 78. That's going to be at Randolph Air Force Base, which, by the way, they are actually starting school today as well. That project, that being 1518, is focused on lane expansion, but it runs right through 2 district schools. That would be Corbett Junior High School and Rose Garden Elementary. Now, the work on 1518 started last year and is being done in phases. It is expected to be completed in 2028, so still a ways to go there. All right, what about FM 1103? That's also a big area that a lot of folks use to get to and from several of our schools here. That one runs from I-35 to Rodeo Way, and basically Steele High School is right down the street from FM 1103. Clements High School is actually across the street from us, but 10 minutes away on a good day of traffic on 1103. So here's the latest from TxDOT. That particular road is expanding from the 2-lane roadway to a 4-lane roadway with a center turn lane. And construction there actually started a few years back. That's going to be in November of 2022, estimated to be completed in later on this year and early 2026. Okay, so back out here live, obviously we got a lot of things going on here. Shirts, Cibolo, UC ISD, a lot of excitement going on here. We got the buses behind me ready to go, and coming up in our next couple of minutes, we're going to be speaking with the superintendent of schools to kind of get a state of the district, if you will, out here for all of our folks on the far northeast side of town. Ernie and Jeff, back to you guys.
All right. Thanks so much, RJ. Can't wait to check out what they're doing out there.
Always an exciting day, and weather's cooperating right now.
It is quiet out there. Not a lot going on here across the city of San Antonio. It is far more active, though, out in the Atlantic. We got tropical storm air, and this is going to be a hurricane here soon. We got the latest update on where it's headed coming up.
It is 5:37 right now. Okay, we got a new spot for movies, bowling, and games coming to the far west side. I'm going to show you the plans Santikos has for its latest entertainment center.
Welcome back to Good Morning San Antonio. We're live in Shirts this morning as we get set to welcome back thousands of Buffaloes and Steel Knights as well. We're going to talk to the superintendent of schools out here at SCUC ISD as they get ready to go back to class. We'll be back coming up in just a Good morning, San Antonio. It is day 4 of our back to school coverage, and we're live out here in Shirts, one of my favorite school districts. You know, I don't want to be biased, but I used to cover sports a little bit back in the day, so I absolutely love what they've done athletically with the Steel Knights and the Clemens Buffaloes. But we are talking about the first day of school, and joining me right now is Paige Maloney. She is the superintendent of schools for SCUC ISD. Paige, first of all, just how excited are you to be out here as we start the brand new year?
Oh my gosh, we're so excited. We've been in here for the past 30 minutes with our bus drivers who got here early before 5 o'clock just because they were excited. They'll be our first people to see our students this morning. Child nutrition is already here cooking breakfast, but we're so excited as our whole staff is ready to welcome our families and especially those kids that are going to be here within the hour. So we're excited.
Absolutely. And you know what? We mentioned some of the traffic earlier during our previous live shot here, but what is it like as far as the growth? You've now been here just living in this area for 30 years, third year now as superintendent of schools. Talk a little bit about the growth and how many kids we're going to get back into class today.
You know, we're expecting about 15,000 students here in the district. Lots of changes over the years and lots of things going into our community right now to improve it. And we were just talking, again, the bus drivers were like, can you imagine how great this is going to be when all of this road construction is finally done? It's a great community to be in, a lot of investment going into it.
All right, real quick, Paige, before we let you go, just what do parents need to know about first day of school, maybe just to kind of get them ready to go along with the kiddos?
Just make sure parents check Parent Square. We have detailed procedures for everything that you need to know out there. We're excited for the first day, and I'll be visiting all 17 campuses, and so I'll see you out there. Have a great day.
Okay, guys, we have got the buses rolling, ready to go here. Again, first day of school for Shirts Cibolo UC ISD. We're going to be out here throughout the rest of the morning with some more coverage, including we're going to head out to Lenhoff Stadium in a little bit and also check out across the street Clemens High School. It's an exciting day out here. Guys, back to you.
Yes, there's something about the beeping on the school buses that make you so excited.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's happening,
Instantly
man.
recognizable.
Yes, Lord.
Okay, this morning we're getting, believe it or not, Viva Fiesta, first of all. We're getting our first look at the official poster for Fiesta Flambeau 2026.
So the Fiesta Flambeau Parade Association showcased a number of designs that were submitted for next year's parade. And the theme is Adventures in Toyland. Out of all the competition, this piece was chosen as the official poster for 2026. The winner, Toria Holloway, also left some nods to recent events in her work, including a green toy box with the letters CM, a tribute to the lives lost at Camp Mystic during the Hill Country floods. All right, switching gears now. Watching a movie or hitting the bowling alley is about to get a lot easier for people like myself who live on the far west side. We've got a new Santikos Entertainment Center has been announced. Company saying that their newest location will be near Petrenko Road and State Highway 211 and will continue with massive movie screens, bowling lanes, and an arcade. The company says that they're still in the planning stages, but they'll have more details about what visitors can expect in the coming months.
All right, in your morning consumer headlines, Dollar General is recalling 3 lots of its 8-ounce Clover Valley instant coffee. The Food and Drug Administration says the product potentially contains fragments of glass. The lots of recalled Clover Valley instant coffee have Best Buy dates of December 13th and 14th of 2026. The coffee was distributed and sold July 9th through the 21st at Dollar General stores in nearly all 50 states. The FDA says no illnesses or injuries have been reported. Customers should stop using the coffee or call or email the company to request a full refund.
YouTube is starting to test a new safety feature for American teens. It's an AI estimation model that distinguishes age regardless of the birth date entered when creating the account. The technology will determine if the user is under an 18 based on a variety of signals such as YouTube activity and longevity of the account. And if it's determined that a user is under 18, standard protections will automatically be enabled. These protections include that digital well-being tools like reminders to take breaks or go to bed. That's interesting. You know, can you imagine if they kind of think that you as an adult are a kid and while you're in the middle of a video, they're just like, go to bed?
I like the idea of it, but then at the same time, it's a little scary. They know too much about us.
Right.
Already. Yeah.
Well, they think they know us, right? But it's just, it is frightening. I don't know. The world we live in. All right, August, where have we been? So far, we've accumulated quite a few 100-degree days. We started the month off with 3 days in a row there. We had 1 day below average. That was Monday the 4th. And then over the last 6 days, we've had 5 days at 100 or above. And today could make the 6th. We just keep stacking them up this month. August has definitely been our hottest month and stands to reason. We'll talk actually a little bit about that in our Just Ask Justin question coming up. Why August is our hottest month? But high temperatures today, 100 here in San Antonio, 102 Pleasanton, 104 Gatula, 101 Gonzales. I mean, we've been so consistent with these numbers. Heat index right around 102, 103. That's what you can expect here in town with higher numbers. Where you have slightly higher humidity or higher temperatures. Victoria can see a heat index of 108. You begin to drift into some danger there with heat indices that high, but you know the drill. Just be safe, lots of water, all the fun stuff. All right, tropical storm Aaron still sitting out in the Atlantic. Winds are at 50 miles per hour. This thing is looking better and better by the moment. Winds are, again, 50, but I think you'll start to see that number jump up. It's moving west at 17, and the latest track here does take this north of the Leeward Islands. That's good, north of Puerto Rico. Major hurricane, though, by Sunday. We're talking Cat 3, and then this turns, misses the Bahamas. Again, Bermuda is really the only place that would need to watch out for this, and there will be rip currents on the East Coast, but this is likely going to be just an ocean storm. Okay, in the Gulf, we do have a little wave here. We are starting to see some thunderstorm activity with it. There's still a 20% chance of development here. Could it get a name? Maybe. Small chance of that. Fernand, by the way, the next name on the list. But I think the bigger story will just be the fact that it brings us rain chances. Scattered rain on Saturday. 40% chance of some tropical downpours, 96. This moves through pretty quick. Honestly, the impacts I don't think will be really all that big, but again, rain chances at least. 100 Sunday, and then extended forecast, we'll go 100 Monday, and then we've got some more small rain chances coming up as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday. All right, our Just Ask Justin question, as I alluded to, why is August typically our hottest month, even though the longest day is in June? Is it because the Earth is closer to the sun in August? Heat builds up over time. August has the most sunlight, or winds shift from the equator.
I feel like heat builds up over time is too good to be true.
Well,
I feel like this.
We got votes for all of them.
I know.
So it's kind of split here. You can go to ksat.com/polls, scan the QR code, and please do weigh in.
All right. Got to think about this one. Okay, how are we looking on the roadways right now?
Not too bad right now. Pretty quiet, as we were showing you earlier. I wanted to draw your attention. I tried to pull up this map here, and again, RJ does this so well, but I wanted to draw your attention because he is in the Schertz-Cibolo Universal City ISD this morning. Just want to really focus on this area. And you can see that this is all the construction. The yellow diamonds there are all kind of construction areas. But you can see it's still pretty early, and there's not much to see right now. Again, we're kind of focusing. This is where he is this morning. So good luck to all the kiddos and everybody starting there in Schertz-Cibolo Universal City ISD. These other markers right now are all construction sites and pretty typical things that RJ has been talking about here for just a little while, for a long time, as a matter of fact. But at any rate, Alex Gomez is out and about. We will get back to him coming up in just a little bit. We'll get another look at Drive Cam and see where he is coming up.
552, an 1840s log cabin bought on eBay and given a second life right here in Texas. How you can spend the night in this piece of history. In Cisco, Texas, east of Abilene, a piece of history is getting new life, and you can actually stay in it. Mary Kay Williamson and her husband bought an 1840s log cabin off of eBay, and then they spent years restoring it.
She says they kept as much of the original structure as possible, including the upstairs flooring and old wood door frames. Now the two-story cabin is available as a rental, so guests can experience what life was like more than 180 years ago. Williamson calls it a labor of love and a piece of history worth passing on. All right, with school starting for some students, the Brooks of Cibolo is calling on the community to help local students one pencil at a time. Today, the senior living community is hosting a school supply drive. Neighbors are invited to stop by, enjoy live music and refreshments, and donate items to help students prepare for the new school year. Donations can include notebooks, crayons, folders, markers, pencils, glue sticks, or anything that fits in a backpack. All of these supplies will go directly to students in need.
All right, stick around. We got a lot more coming ahead on GMA or GMSA. Look at us. Coming up, also checking out some roadways. We got our very own RJ Marquez. He's out in the back doing some back-to-school coverage for us and checking on the construction that's happening. And we got photojournalist Alex Gomez, eyes on the ground, showing you what your commutes are looking like. Stick around. More news coming up after this.